Now, with this technical, there we go. Your Excellency, if you allow me. Now it works.
With this animal called ethnicity, so that there can be inclusion. We need to create a conditions where elections do not become wars. No country can develop in a state of war. And then the other one is corruption. And we say that this can only stop when the opposition and the government come together. This is not to say that you abandon the oversight role to ensure that everything is being done in a transparent way. And we believe that the Kenyan dream will only be achieved if we bring the country together and heal the wounds that have been created over the years.
So, Deputy President, as the person in charge of the day-to-day oversight of Vision 2030, what would be your message to the public servants who are implementing Vision 2030?
We recognize that this is high calling. Every public servant in every public office must recognize that professionalism and integrity are two most important components that will take us to where Vision 2030 wants this country to be. Those who participate in corruption or those who look the other way when corruption is going on and theft of public funds are as guilty as those who participate in corruption. Every citizen playing their role and every public servant being accountable, that is how we will get the targets of Vision 2030.
We have an elaborate scorecard, starting with the political pillar, the issue of devolution and making it work within the first 1 year as opposed to the 3 years that have been provided by the Constitution. When you look at the social pillar, when the vision was envisaged, we had only 19 universities. We now have 59 universities. We had only 31 TVET institutes. We now have 2,000 TVET institutes in our country. But when you look at the health sector under the social pillar, in 2002, under 5 mortality rate per 1,000 live births was 115. That has reduced all the way to 49. Infant mortality rate had a high of 48. We now have 22. In the Nabras, we can talk of road network. When we started, we had only 8,900 kilometers of paved roads. We now have 12,000 kilometers of paved roads. GDP per capita was only 27,000 shillings. Today, it starts at 167,000 shillings.
Mr. President, how has Vision 2030 shaped your leadership agenda?
When we started off on Vision 2030, we started off at a very difficult time in Kenya's history, as is well known. And with the coming of the Grand Coalition government, we agreed we must have a common vision for all our people, even those who are in the opposition. After all, we all want and wish to achieve the same objective. Virtually everything that we have done, both in my first term and now in my second term, have all been geared towards achieving the goals of Vision 2030. From the standard gauge railway, from the works that we're continuing to do at the port, and the development agenda that we have for the airports, up to what we are now focusing a lot more on now in my second term, which is health, which is food security, which is jobs for our young people, which is housing for our people, that in the Big Four, we have managed to encompass the aspirations of our people.
It appears your social agenda is very heavy on education and health. What has been your highlight moment when you observe the achievements on the social pillar?
We actually managed this year to move almost to 100% transition from Standard 8 to Form 1. And I am very keen that before I leave office, I will be able to see that magic of 100% transition from primary to secondary and ultimately to tertiary education, where we can say that every single Kenyan child now has an equal opportunity because they have been armed with the necessary skills to take on life. We said that we're going to be providing free maternity percent. Now we have almost 65% of Kenyan women giving birth with professional attendants. When we look at the power side, today we are over 7 million households connected to electricity. As we move forward, we must also tackle the demon of corruption, because by tackling the demon of corruption, we release
funds that have previously been diverted to people's pockets into productive use that can ultimately help us achieve our Vision 2030. My vision is that we will be able to learn from the mistakes of the past, not living them. And that is the same agenda that today has been escalated to what people are calling the handshake. We must overcome this divisive politics if we are to achieve our forefathers' dreams and if we are to gift future generations a better country than we found it. My message to Kenyans is, let us come together, let us leave divisive politics, let us leave corruption, let us work hard. 2030 could be with us by 2025.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We are very grateful for the moment you have given us.
Thank you, James.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
And I wish you success.
Thank you.
And keep focused.
We will remain focused with the vision.